Did you guys like the band?
Yeah,
What did you think?
yeah, they're awesome! Woohoo! Hey, Mark!
So again, welcome to 710 Day. We're so excited that you guys all came out. If you're wondering who this girl is that's standing in front of you, I'm Kylie Marr. I am the host of a national TV show called Made in Hollywood. You can also catch me on KCAL 9 News Thursdays at 3 p.m. But most importantly, I am Alhambra Police Department Captain Cliff Marr's daughter. So that's why I'm here. And I'm joined by...
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Paulson, lifetime resident of the city of Alhambra, and I am tired of this freeway not being finished. We're going to close the gap, right? So this is our first annual Close the Gap 710 Day, and we're in hopes that we won't have to have too many of these, that gap's going to get closed, and then Dr. Stephen Placido can use this as a groundbreaking for closing the gap. Kylie and I are going to introduce the dignitaries that are up here. Let me start with Dr. Mayor Stephen Placido, Vice Mayor Stephen Sham, Councilwoman Barbara Messina, Councilman Luis Ayala, and Councilman Gary Yamauchi.
We have Mayor Teresa Real Sebastian, Pro Tem Anthony Wong, Councilmember Peter Chan.
Representing the city of San Marino, we have Mayor Dick Ward, Councilmember Eugene Sun.
From San Gabriel, we have Mayor Julie Costanzo, Councilmember Chin Ho Liao.
Representing the Alhambra Unified School District, we have Board Member Bob Jin. Board Member Adele Andrade Stadler, who represents this district.
And from Rosemead, we have Mayor Pro Tem Bill Alarcon and Councilmember Margaret Clark.
Representing Assemblyman Ed Chow's office, we have Henry Lowe, his field rep. And now we're going to turn the program over to our mayor, Dr. Stephen Placido.
Well, welcome. We gather today to celebrate our very first 710 Day. And when I say we, I mean the city of Alhambra. And I mean the city of San Marino. And I mean the city of San Gabriel. And the city of Monterey Park. And the city of Rosemead. And the Alhambra Unified School District. And even our state representatives, Ed Chow from the state of California. The 710 Day was established to raise awareness of the importance for completing the 710 freeway, to raise awareness for the impact that a half-built, incomplete freeway has on our community, on our San Gabriel Valley, on our school children, and on our way of life. For 50 years, Alhambra has been the doormat for the 710 freeway, and we say, close the gap! For 50 years, the cities of San Gabriel Valley had suffered with freeway commuter traffic and congestion on our local streets, and we say, close the gap!
Close the gap!
For 50 years, Fremont Avenue has been used to handle the 12,000 cars each and every day. That's 4.5 million cars a year that just want to commute between the 10 and the 210 freeway. And to that we say,
Close the gap! Close the gap!
for 50 years, opponents of the 710 freeway have fought against the completion of the 710. And we say, close the gap! The San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments that represents over 30 cities throughout the San Gabriel Valley currently support the environmental study, and that will be completed in about 18 months. And to that we say, close the gap!
Close the gap!
The Southern California Association of Governments, which represents all 5 Southern California counties, support the EIR study. And to that we say, close the gap!
Close the gap!
Now why should we close the gap? Why should we complete the 710 freeway? Let's hear from our representatives.
It's the right decision! Woo!
100,000 vehicles per day will be removed from neighborhood streets. Close the gap!
Close the gap!
Closing the gap will reduce local traffic and freeway congestion by over 20%.
Close the gap!
Closing the gap will eliminate congestions at over 22% of the intersections studied so far. Close that
San Gabriel Valley school children have higher than average asthma. Close the gap!
Closing the gap is a critical component in the transportation infrastructure of Southern California. Close the gap!
232,000 miles a day will be reduced by closing the gap. That is 9 trips around the world every day. Close the gap!
Hello? The completion of the gap will reduce congestion more than any other highway project in LA County. Close the gap!
We can generate over 500,000 new jobs per year in the next 25 years by closing the gap.
Close the gap!
New jobs!
The gap closure will save 3.1 million vehicle hours of travel each year. Close the gap!
Close the gap is favored by San Gabriel Valley and City of Los Angeles residents 6-1. Close the gap!
Every year, the freeway is not completed means 7 deaths, and that's not acceptable. Close the gap!
Residents are choking on nearly 100,000 additional vehicles stuck at traffic lights. Close the gap.
We need all of you to get involved. We all have to work together to close the gap.
We have 100,000 vehicles spewing high levels of pollutants. That's 803,000 pounds every year. Close the gap!
The Southern California Association of Governments says the freeway extension will result in the greatest normalized reduction in vehicular traffic travel time. Close the gap!
Let us be clear. We are united on our message, and we say, close the gap! Thank you.
Thank you.